Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of LongTimeGaming. Byron here, and yeah, sorry about yesterday, guys. Like, I'm saying sorry a lot right now, and I'm apologizing. Putting out content every single day, it shouldn't be that bad, but right now my time management is very poor, and yesterday was mine and my girlfriend's anniversary, and so we spent that time together, and I wanted to make sure I focused on her for the day. And I'm sorry. So you guys are gonna get a nice little double episode today, and yeah. So more Pyre. Yeah. So we just finished the rites last time, and my guess was that the next rite is gonna be a liberation rite. And so far from the text that I'm reading here, after you overcame the Tempers in a decisive victory, there is little time for you to rest. As yet, the night beckons, and the next rite reveals itself to be a vital one. It is already time, reader. Come see for yourself. The coldness of the season now presents to us another chance. Oh, I called it. I called it so bad. He heads out straight away, and you follow him in turn. Let's see. Indeed, among the remaining stars, you see one with which you are familiar now burns even brightly. Pursue it. I will pursue the rites. Solomon, the golden star. Let us head over there. I don't even know why it asks us if we want to do it. It's like, no, I 100% want to do it. Let's see. Rites conducted. Where am I? 18 and 0, yeah. My 18 and 0. It's okay, no one has to know. Let's see, already are the Nightwings summoned back to Mount Elodial. Picture the rites as a wheel broken free from a black wagon. It is turning uncontrollably, and soon shall reach a sudden stop. We should have several chances left, for some to go free. Either us, or else our adversaries, but not both. What is at stake each time is further complicated now, I must admit, knowing we have so few opportunities remaining. Those whom we send back into the Commonwealth, our plan should our plan somehow fail, they may look back upon their exile with fondness. So, returning to the Commonwealth is not inherently a mercy, I don't think. Moreover, there are also among us whom we can count on to prevail in the rites. We need them on the Nightwings, just as much as we need them in the Commonwealth. We cannot simply grow our numbers here, given the circumstances. And so, who stays, who goes? These choices affect us all. No pressure there, my boy. Yeah, because I don't want to send all my good guys out, because then I'm just fucked. Now, I don't know about you, but I shall go and take my leave for now. Let's set forth again at daybreak. Ooh, someone's in the wagon. So, remember how I kept asking you guys, like, please leave a comment down below if you want me to read more of the text. My little friend Jack Silverman says he wants me to read more of the book. So guess what? I'm gonna read more of the book after this do I want to read it after? I'm gonna read it after the liberation, right? We're gonna go into detail. So Jack, you can look forward to that. Hello, my boy Tizzo. Oh, hello, my boy. Period. Tizzo and I were just reminiscing on old times. Tizzo is happy to have Volfred back among the Nightwings once again. Thank you, Tizzo. I'm happy to be back among the Nightwings as well. Though you understand why we were forced to be apart for so long, don't you? Screw. Tizzo indicates that he understands full well. I trust that Tarek provided some good company and song during the intervening time. Screek! Tizzo confirms that he did enjoy traveling alongside the lone minstrel for some time. And there he is, right on cue. Something I can do for you, Volfred, sir? Volfred laughs warmly at this. No, Tarek. We are well enough for now. Tizzo and I, we were just remembering the time when we first met, the three of us. Tizzo was rather apprehensive then, as I recall. He was merely being, circumspect? Okay, circumspect, I'm sure. Tizzo has the sharpest instinct of us all. But the bite he gave you, sir, it left a permanent impression, did it not? It did indeed. I consider it a mark of friendship. May it stay with me for all my days. It is a good reminder that despite the challenges we've faced together in the past, my time among the Nightwings has been extraordinary. Likewise, can I say the same, sir? Recree! Tizzo shares the sentiment as well. Volfred turns to you. I should apologize, my boy. Here we are talking of a history you do not share. Believe me when I say we're skipping over many of the bad parts. What I mean is, it isn't my intention to exclude you as we wax nostalgic. The Nightwings that you know, we are a strange assortment, are we not? Those of us whom share some kinship from the past, I suppose we cannot help but seek some warmth in it. but it should not be to the exclusion of the friendship that we forge right now. So please, why don't you join us for a bit? Together you, Volfred, Tizzo, and the Lone Minstrel talk a while about times gone by. The three of them are pleased to be back in one another's company again, having grown close through shared experiences in the past. Just the same, they have welcomed you into the group. In spite of the hardships you have faced, some of these idle moments that you share together may one day form memories you think back on with fondness. Soon the conversation winds down, though it lifted all your spirits for a while. Oh, fun little conversation we had there. Yeah, making friends, making memories. All right, let's continue on our journey. We got liberation right to do. Take off? Yes, please. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, towards the liberation rites, they don't have the psychedelic music going on, so we get to fly along in peace. Going through the Emperor's so the Emperor's fall. Tizzo shall gain favor. Nope, Tizzo, you're staying with me to the end, buddy. You sense Headwind shall gain favor. Headwind, yep. Let's see. You make landing upon Mount Elodial. While Volfred pulls you aside while the others complete the post-flight inspection. He puffs at his pipe before speaking up. Reader, as you know, I know where the arraignments once again. That means if I myself may be so worthy to regain my freedom in the eyes of the 8 scribes. Now, however, that it is not my wish to go just yet. It is true, I could be of some benefit to our plan back in the Commonwealth, but I feel my place is here for the time being. Perhaps once the Night Rings are on surer footing in their path, my time shall come. Those are my feelings on the matter, and I want you to know. I shall, of course, defer to you. Our path is not to contradict the reader's will. Anyways, I trust that all of us, yourself included, shall find our freedom. If not soon, then by when all of this is over. Okay, so note to self, don't send Volfred away, even though I kind of wanted to because I don't like his play style in the rites. Having completed the post-flight inspection, you and Headwind visit the momentum of Tristra Tithys in the Emperor's Ascent. It can't be possible, can it? That the rites are drawing to an end? I promised everyone that we would all go free together. Please, I shouldn't have made that promise that I couldn't keep. I know that now, but please, just please, don't make me break that promise. Soon, he has finished paying his respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Tristra Tithys has shown you favor. You soon shall ascend the mountain through, though there is time to now pursue your vocations. Headwind gain quickness, yeah. So let's see, goods. No, I'm gonna talk to someone. Headwind, what's on your mind, buddy? You always got something worrying you. You find Headwind rather lost in thought about something. He looks over as you approach. Oh, hey, my friend. All right, so what's it gonna be? He points in the direction of his cooking tins, strewn over in the corner of the wagon. One of life's small comforts over here is we get to eat. Not a day goes by that I'm not grateful for this, but there's only so much to choose from. Whether here in Mount Elodial or anywhere around, I guess. Anyways, I'm just having trouble trying to decide what to cook. Just had fire caps again last night, and those never seem to sit that well with everyone anyways. There's no more gluck bill. Not that anyone but Tizzo ever liked that stuff. And I feel like we've been having gutter crabs every day for months, so I'm not too excited about that. This is where you come in. And no consulting books or stars or anything, just you and me, here and now. What am I making? You decide, because I can't. I know there's a lot of serious stuff to think about these days, but so help me, no one's struggling to regain their freedom on an empty stomach. No, a fillet of slurge, an acquired taste, acquired mostly through the prolonged and desperate stay within the downside of silt porridge. The notorious dish of Headwind has perfected to the upper limits of its capacity to not be terrible. As for gutter crabs again, the inoffensive option has the added benefit of putting some lucky gutter crabs out of their misery. Ask for whatever he wants. Nope, we're going for silt porridge. Because he says he's perfected it, so come on, Headwind, show us what you got. You ask for Headwind to prepare another batch of his silt porridge for the group. He eyes you warily as you request this, searching for you any trace of irony. Alright, my friend. Never took you for the silt porridge type, but so be it. I guess even after all this, we still have much to learn about each other. Now lend me a hand here with the stuff, would you? As you assist Headwind preparing the silt porridge, the two of you get to talking about the past. The reality of cooking in the downside has a way of making him nostalgic. Life on the blood border wasn't that much easier than trying to get down here. The highway remnants could swoop in at any time. They were so good at picking the worst possible occasions for us. The time they showed up, and I was nowhere to be found. I must have told you about that. On the contrary, He has seldom revealed much about his past to you. Hedwyn, get your shit together, man. Well, either way, I don't think I ever told you much about Fikani. I was riding to relay an order when she caught me out in the open. She could have had me, but we just stood there, you know? I'd never seen anything like her. And her voice, she says to me, "You gotta be more careful with your life." And I just say, I mean, I'm not the type to say such things, but all I could think of, looking at her, so I just tell her it was worth the risk. Anyway, she spared my life, of course. And when we saw riders heading towards us, I looked at her, she took hold of me, and we just took off. I didn't want to leave her, and I didn't for a while. He trails off for a while. Soon after I came back, I went off in search for her again. This time, though, the risk I took, a lot of people paid for it. The harps attacked when no one was there to raise the alarm. A few days later, Hedwyn the deserter was sentenced to exile. Oh, so that's why he's in the downside. Hedwyn the deserter, eh? And now, he's about to cook some silt porridge. Thanks for your help, my friend. I can take it from here. See you shortly. He heads out into the afternoon. You sense he feels more at ease after spoken with you. Hedwyn just getting all the buffs. Roster bio update. So let's see. Ooh. Do I want some goods? Or do I want that XP boost? Let's go with... Oh, alright. I never get used to that animation. Let's see. Who is trailing far behind? Wow, Bertrude's just... I'm giving Bertrude a lot of attention. Let's mentor Faye. Me? Oh, of course. Please tell me something I don't know, for there is lots of it. You and Faye spend some time reviewing some of the specific aspects of the rites, such as the properties of the aura. You sense she has gained something from it. Yes, she has. Private lesson. That was an XP. Thank you, because I think you said a lot of things I never realized. Adorable. Hayes vanished while jumping she instantly. Okay. Let's continue on that journey. We have a liberation rite. Ooh, we got more things to do? So, Pamitha or Faye? I'm gonna use Pamitha in this one. Okay, let's see. And let's see, let's spark. Who are you asking this time, Pamitha? Which god are you praying to? En route to the mountaintop, you pass by the monument of Luscalorian, and Pamitha happens to take notice. I have to hand it to you, Pamitha. You have a real gift for getting yourself into one bad situation after another. Now here you are, praying to the dead to bring the stars back. Is that it? Maybe you'll get out of here this time. Things might be even worse back home. Soon, she finishes paying her respects. As you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense Luscalorian has shown you her favor. That's 2 presents. Okay. Let's keep trucking along. We got to announce what we're doing, and we got oh, wait. Is this the first liberation rite that Volfred is able to actually, like, compete in? You and your fellow exiles gather at the foots of the Scribe's Gate, before an archway carved out of stone where stands the Gate Guardian. Greetings to you, Celeste. I see the exiles of the Nightwings have returned. Even as the cycle of the rites begin drawing to a close, the Nightwings accept this as the will of the Scribes. The Gate Guardian laughs at this, softly for some reason. And you, Tarek? Do you accept their will as well? But the lone minstrel does not answer her. It is no matter. Now, Nightwings, each of you, come forth and state what it is you seek whilst crossing the Scribe's Gate. One by one, the Nightwings declare themselves. You all pass through as before. When Volfred takes his turn, Celeste stops him. You. I see you wear the raiments once again. Explain. The cycle of the rites is ending. While I do not know exactly why, I have my fears. One of my contemporaries, he who fell from the summit long ago, he lives, and seeks his liberty again. He stands against us now and believes his triumvirate to be the true Nightwings. I remember well the contemporary whom you mean. Then the Nightwings stand divided. Yes, and so I wear the raiments once again, in case that it may help to do this wrong. For I am Volfred Sandalwood, and I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all may stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side and bring our freedom to the people there. She considers Volfred's words for a moment. I see, then. Move along. The guardian of the Scribe's Gate regards you all, and then she beckons you onwards. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth with Lord. Celeste? What is it, Tarek? The will of the scribes. Long have we both followed it. I think you would agree. In equal measure has it drawn us closer as close as separated us. But if their aim now is to keep us apart for another age or longer, then no, I do not accept their will. You blaspheme, Tarek, and at the gates no less. But the low minstrel simply puts his hat back on. Then may the scribes themselves admonish me. Until tomorrow night, Celeste. Is he in love with her? Is that his other half? Oh, Tarek! You go get your girl with her little loot. Does she have wings? I don't remember if she had wings or not. Having reached the peak of Melody again, you see the vastness of the downside all around you. It leaves you deep in thought regarding which of your companions ought to go free this night, as Sir Gilman did the last time. Let's see, anyone has to... Oh, people have to talk. Okay. Talk of the town. Hey guys, I don't know what's going on up here, but with all them stars acting all real and stuff, but let me tell you something here. You ain't gonna find a better deal than all this stuff for anybody. I mean anybody in Downside. You can trust me when I tell you that, okay? So go ahead, stock up. More Stardust that I don't actually use. I buy it all, don't use it on everything. What is this? Oh, it's permanent. Oh, permanently gains. Holy crap. Ooh, I like this permanent stuff. Where's the other one? There's the apple. Okay. Alright, I think that's it. It's all I can really afford. I would totally get the +1 hope. Must be our lucky day here. And I don't know what, Dad. Or I don't know what, Dad. Okay. Alright, Blackwagon. Volfred. God, you got a lot of talking to do, Volfred, today. Volfred looks up as you approach and smiles. I never thought that I would say such a thing, my boy. But it is good to wear the raiments and the rights once more. The March of Titan does have a way of healing certain hurts. Besides, the Nightwings of today, we are very different beasts than the Triumvirate, which took me in almost a decade ago. Ours was a Triumvirate of exactly 3. Well, 4 with Tizzo, who proved to be an exception, though historically the Nightwings never took on more exiles than needed. I have mentioned my predecessors, Brighton, and my former companions, Erissa and Orlac. Perhaps naively, I had hoped my time with them would not be relevant directly to what we now attempt. But seeing as our stories are now intertwined, do let me know if there is more you wish to learn about of them. Ooh. Okay, let's learn about them. Ask about Brighton. What has Brighton got? You inquire about Brighton, whom we understand was liberated prior to Volfred, when Volfred first joined the Nightwing. I never met Brighton in person, but I know him rather well by now. Though, for that matter, my boy, so do you. What do you mean, Volfred? Brighton was born wealthy, but not special otherwise. You would have had no reason to have heard of him. He was exiled from negligent conduct. I don't know exactly why, and do not care for spreading rumors. I first heard of him through Erissa and Orlac, who found me a suitable replacement following his liberation. Oh, who found in me? Okay, a suitable replacement. They spoke little of him. Orlac gave the impression that they did not see eye to eye, but he assured me I would soon hear from him myself. Indeed, as I became accustomed to the book, which you know well by now, I soon began to hear the voice. Volfred looks at you, as if to see if you've yet to take his meaning. You see, my boy, after Brighton's liberation, he assumed a new identity within the Commonwealth, and a new responsibility to the Triumvirate which liberated him. That voice you hear from time to time? Whosoever the stars align, it's his. Ooh, that's cool. Huh. Whoa, what? He is no longer Brighton. He is now... Why is Volfred an enemy of his, then? He is now, none other than Archjuster Androboles IX, the Grand Judge and figurehead under whose watch the Commonwealth is governed in this day. Okay. Liberated exiles remain certain burdens to their old triumvirates. They have much to thank them for. Not just their freedoms, but their exalted status in the Commonwealth. The theocratic rulers of the Commonwealth, they do not wear masks and raiments simply for the sake of the ceremony. They are not who they appear to be. Their public pasts are nothing but a fabrication. Like Brighton's, they were once exiles too. Brighton, that voice, He has no love for either one of us by now. He knows full well what we attempt to do, yet he is bound by the traditions of the rites. He shall always stand on ceremony and complain, but I think he knows deep down that he is powerless. How ironic that one of such high status in the Commonwealth should be so frightened of some long-forgotten exile such as we. Anyways, that's Brighton for you. He must have seen in you the potential to be one of his staunch supporters for a time. If that's a path you'd want to pursue, I should apologize. Now then, whom else should we talk about? Just learning about everyone. Yeah, I would give me all the information. You ask about Orisa. You understand betrayal. Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't speak today. Who you understand betrayed Orlek at the moment of his liberation, but then perished in the Shimmering Pool. I'm afraid you know the brunt of it, my boy, but I suppose you ought to know something of Eris's past, lest you be quick to judge her solely by her actions. Mind you, I would never make excuses for the terrible choices she ultimately made, but her life, I understand, was very difficult. Orisa had been exiled for the foulest of acts. You could see it plainly branded on her face. Such was the heinousness of what she did in the eyes of the Commonwealth. She was an apprentice blacksmith in her youth, taking up the post left by her brother. He had fallen in the Battle of the Blood Border, despite wielding their father's own lance and armor. Her father never quite recovered from this, and had grown cruel and detached. It was Orisa who took the brunt of his fury. He expected the impossible for her. One day, it was all too much for her. So in the next, he lashed out at her. She struck him back. She struck him back again, and again, and again. When they came for her, her father was gone, and she was not herself. She was promptly cast into the downside for the crime, where her hatred for the Commonwealth only grew. Orisa was always intense in her demeanor, haunted by her father's memory. More than that, her chief motive for wanting back her freedom was, in hindsight, not a healthy one. She longed to join the nation's enemies, to build for the High Wing remnants a great siege engine that could shatter the defenses of the Commonwealth and forever end our feud. She was what she ultimately did to Orlek. It was an act of pure and thoughtless desperation. I do not think that it was simply evil. Nor do I think that it was personal. I often wondered, though, if, in her final moments in the Shimmering Pool, she understood what she had done, and the depths to which she had fallen. For years, I must admit I hated her, but now, my only hope is that she found peace untenable during her relatively short life in the downside in the Commonwealth. Furthermore, I hope the life of Orisa offers some perspective yet to those of us who have not made the same mistake. Now then, was there something else? We got one more to go. Let's go, Orlek. What do you got? You asked about what Orlek was like when he and Volford first became acquainted. Volford remained silent for some time. I was very, very sick, you know, when I first landed in the downside. The long trip down the river must have been a little much for me. It was Orlek who found me. He could not have known my capacity to read before he revived me. He was a physician, intolerant of the sight of suffering of any kind. Not just any physician, mind you, a gifted, highly decorated one. He served on the front. Back then, skirmishes erupted frequently, and those such as Orlek, they had to deal with many casualties on either side. In time, he grew repulsed by what he saw. He sowed in his heart a yearning for an end to all the bloodshed. So he tried to use his status to negotiate a treaty with the High Wing remnants. It must have gone about how you'd expect. He was given direct orders to return to the front, but when he refused to soil his hands again, they cast him down to the downside. So he was a traitor. Well, I guess not traitor, sorry. What's the word I'm looking for? Treason. Treason. Here, he gained the notice of the Nightwings, and before long, he grew to be one of the finest rites conductors anyone had ever seen. He was instrumental in the liberation of his companions, whose roles in the triumvirates were later filled by Orisa and me. In time, Orlek's own opportunity for freedom had come up. He longed for it, so that, with his exalted status, he might stand a better chance of negotiating peace. However, on the evening of his liberation, well, you know the story from that point. Volford breathes a deep sigh. He and I were kindred spirits for a while. I cannot bear to think that he was gone, and now, I still cannot entirely believe that he is back. He is our adversary now, transformed, grown cold. Still, part of me is happy that he lives. Make no mistake, of course, I shall not be swayed against our plan, not by Orlek or anyone. As I've said before, we share a higher calling now. As for Orlek, he still wants his freedom still. Although I wonder if he still remembers why. Anyways, was there something else, my boy? Nope. I'm going to bid you farewell, and I'm going to bid you guys farewell, because we're going to end the episode here. We're going to start with the Liberation Rite, finish that, and then we're going to read a bunch of that book for our good old friend Jack Silver. Good evening, good afternoon, Wolfred. My pleasure, reader. Reflecting on the past from time to time helps demonstrate how far we've come, yet how much farther we've yet to go. You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna see you guys.